Hi. So for a long time now, pretty much since I've started taking pictures, I've been curious about why certain people take certain pictures the way they do. So I'm trying to correlate it with MBTI types, personality types. If you've never heard about them before and you have some spare time, I guess you can look them up on your own. But basically it's just people either use their emotions to guide them in decisions or their objective in decision making. And there's also two different ways of perceiving the world, either using their intuition or trusting what's right in front of them, trusting their senses. So thus far, one of the biggest differences has been the sensing versus intuition split. So far, all the intuitive pictures that I've seen have been very carefully constructed to include the whole picture. The edges of the objects aren't cut off, or they're very carefully, like the frame of the picture is very carefully planned. Versus sensing types, which are more focused on the actual objects themselves. So they might focus on color or how they're positioned. And they don't really, so far I haven't seen a lot of sensors worry too much about the edges of their pictures. Like there's one picture I saw, it looked wonderful, but the edge of the object itself was cut off. And it didn't look awful, but it would have annoyed me. Like I wouldn't have been able to take that picture. I don't know, just instinctively. So I've also noticed some T versus F distinctions as well. A lot of the INFP photos I've seen have kind of portrayed an emotion in and of themselves. So you look at the picture and you feel an emotion. Some of the T types as well have had pictures that have emotions in them, but they're not the same because the emotions are more analyzed than experienced. So that's a pretty big split. I'm also working on introverted versus extroverted functions. Right now my theory is that the introverted functions are very subjective. So the photo gains value through the subject, but a lot of the extroverted functions use, like the object itself is the most important. I'm still working on that, especially since a lot of the times, we have a dominant function and an auxiliary. So I'm not sure how those play into consideration. But this is as far as I've got. Thanks. Bye.